Do you know that Elon Musk could be banned from entering Germany? This shocking possibility stems from a controversial gesture Elon Musk made on January 2025 during President Trump's inauguration ceremony in Washington, D.C., which resembled the Nazi salute, a symbol strictly forbidden and deeply taboo in Germany. This incident highlights just how seriously Germans take their history and the unspoken social rules that govern everyday life. How well do you really understand the unspoken rules of German culture? Germany is a country filled with surprising customs and strict unspoken rules that many outsiders don't even know exist. From deep historical sensitivities to unique everyday etiquettes, these 15 mind-blowing taboos reveal the core values, culture, and complexities shaping German society. 15. Never ever mention biggest taboo. Germany's dark past surrounding the Nazi era is one of its most sensitive subjects, both socially and legally. The use of Nazi symbols like the swastika, wearing Nazi uniforms, or performing the Heil Hitler salute are strictly prohibited by law under sections 86 and 130 of the German Criminal Code. Violations can lead to criminal charges and imprisonment. This prohibition extends to digital platforms where online content is monitored closely. For example, in 2018, a man in Berlin was sentenced to a 10-month suspended jail term simply for posting a photograph of Adolf Hitler on Facebook. Until 2018, even video games depicting Nazi symbols, such as the popular game Wolfenstein, were banned. Tourists often find themselves surprised and shocked by these laws. One American tourist, intoxicated and performing the Nazi salute outside a bar in Munich, was arrested on the spot and fined over $4,000. Furthermore, selling antiques from the Nazi era can also draw police scrutiny if the seller's intentions are unclear. These strict measures demonstrate Germany's commitment to confronting its past responsibly and preventing the resurgence of hate symbols. It may seem severe to outsiders, but it reflects a national ethos dedicated to remembrance and vigilance. 14. No clothes allowed at the beach. One of the oldest and most deeply ingrained cultural practices in Germany is the Freikörperkultur, FKK, or free body culture. At beaches marked FKK, nudity isn't merely accepted, it's the social norm. Walking onto an FKK beach wearing a swimsuit could earn you puzzled or even disapproving looks. It is estimated that about 600,000 Germans are official members of more than 300 body freedom clubs, with millions more participating unofficially. Germans are also the largest group of tourists at nude beaches across Europe, including destinations in Croatia, France, and Spain. Interestingly, this culture extends beyond beaches to resorts, parks, and hiking trails in the countryside. Joggers and hikers often exercise in the nude, wearing nothing but sneakers and a small backpack, a lifestyle protected by law and respected by society. The FKK movement is not a fad, but a centuries-old tradition embodying ideals of naturalism, freedom, and body positivity. For newcomers or visitors, it can be shocking or even challenging to adapt to, but it's a core part of German cultural identity. How do men here keep their composure with nudity everywhere? If you were there, how would you react? 13. Nameless Girls. Germany legalized prostitution in 2002, regulating the industry to provide protections such as mandatory registration, taxation, health checks, and social benefits. Despite these efforts to create a legal and transparent sector, the reality is far more complex. The largest brothel in Europe, Pascha in Cologne, is an 11-story complex with 120 rooms, a gym, restaurant, bar, and VIP parking. This massive establishment earns between $2 million and $5 million annually. Germany's entire sex industry generates revenues exceeding $15 billion, making it the largest in Europe. Clients typically pay between 50 to 150 euro, about $55 to $165 per session, depending on the services and location. While the industry is lucrative, thousands of women, mostly young, aged 20 to 25, from poorer Eastern European countries like Romania, Bulgaria, and Ukraine, work under harsh conditions. Many face language barriers and work 12 to 14 hours daily. Coercion and lack of choice are common, with some forced to accept clients even against their will. Nearly half of sex workers operate without licenses due to fear of deportation or absence of alternatives. This stark contrast between legal protections and the harsh realities faced by workers exposes the industry's darker side. How many women here do you think choose this work willingly? (12) Refugees legally not truly welcomed. Germany has been at the forefront of refugee resettlement in Europe, particularly following Chancellor Angela Merkel's 2015 declaration, Wir schaffen das, we can do it. Over 1 million refugees, mostly from Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan, have been accepted and provided with substantial support, including monthly stipends ranging from $320 to $530, housing assistance, health care, and free vocational and language training. Many refugees are currently employed in a variety of sectors, often taking on jobs that require less formal qualification but are essential to the German economy. These include roles in construction, manufacturing, logistics, hospitality, cleaning services, and agriculture. Vocational training programs help some refugees gain skills to transition into more specialized professions. However, language barriers and limited recognition of foreign qualifications can restrict their employment opportunities. Despite these provisions, many refugees experience social exclusion and discrimination. Securing rental housing is often difficult due to landlords' reluctance to rent to non-Germans. Refugees and immigrants frequently face social isolation. They find it hard to make German friends and are often not invited to social events or parties. Some have even been refused service at restaurants. Children of refugees may face bullying and teasing at school because their parents don't speak perfect German. While waiting for legal paperwork, many refugees live in temporary accommodations such as converted army barracks or warehouses, where dozens may share cramped spaces with little privacy. Germany's complex approach includes programs like REAG GARP, which provide financial incentives up to $2,700 plus a plane ticket for refugees who voluntarily return to their countries. Many find life in Germany so challenging that they cannot endure the social exclusion and hardships, leading them to leave the country. This situation reveals the tension between legal acceptance and social integration, a challenge Germany continues to grapple with. 11. Silent Sundays. Do you want to visit Germany on a Sunday? Sorry, you won't find anyone to welcome you, because all shops and stores will be closed. Sunday has been regarded as a sacred day dedicated to rest and quiet in Germany for centuries, with modern laws enforcing this tradition since the 1950s and 1960s. Unlike many countries where shopping and entertainment continue, most shops, supermarkets, malls, and even street food stalls close their doors on Sundays. It's a day for families to come together, attend church, enjoy peaceful strolls in parks, or simply relax without the usual hustle and bustle. Beyond Sundays, Germans observe strict daily quiet hours, from 1 to 3 p.m. and again from 10 to 7 a.m., during which noisy activities like mowing lawns, drilling, or playing loud music are prohibited. Violating these noise restrictions can lead to fines as high as $2,700. Some regions, especially conservative states like Bavaria, enforce these rules rigorously. Even small convenience stores caught secretly operating on Sundays can face heavy penalties. Exceptions are made only for essential services such as hospitals, police, fire departments, and some sports facilities. This practice reflects Germany's deep cultural respect for work-life balance and the importance they place on giving people time to rest and recharge. 10. Sit down to pee, a sign of respect. Do you or the guys you know usually pee standing up? Well, if you ever find yourself in Germany, forget that habit, because here, men are strongly encouraged to sit down when using the toilet, especially in shared spaces. It might sound strange or even amusing, but this practice is deeply rooted in German culture. emphasizing cleanliness and respect for others. In fact, in 2015, a man in Dusseldorf was taken to court and sued for damages after urine supposedly ruined a wooden floor due to standing urination. In Germany, public restrooms, even those in restaurants, offices, and apartments, typically do not have standing urinals. Instead, most male toilets are designed with sitting toilets, aligning with the widespread cultural expectation that men sit down when urinating. This design supports the habit of sitting down, reinforcing hygiene and minimizing mess. You'll often see signs in German apartments, restaurants, and even public restrooms saying, "Bei am Sitzen pinkeln," meaning, please pee sitting down. Some places even have sensors that trigger reminders if someone tries to stand. This isn't just about hygiene, it's an unspoken rule showing consideration for the people who clean and live around you. This tradition reveals how cultural norms around simple daily habits vary widely. What might seem normal or trivial in one country carries deep social meaning in another. So, next time you're in Germany, remember, sitting down is not just polite, it's expected. 9. Dating but not in love. Dating in Germany can be quite different from what many expect. You might spend 6 months going out together, dinners, trips, even meeting each other's families. But when you ask, what are we to each other? The answer could simply be, we're just friends. This reflects a common cultural practice known as Probebillung, or trial relationship, where dating doesn't necessarily mean commitment. Lasting anywhere from 3 to 6 months, this phase allows both people to date others honestly without pressure for exclusivity or romantic promises. Unlike many cultures, daily texting or constant declarations of affection are not the norm here. Germans are generally very open-minded about relationships and personal freedom. Marriage often comes much later than in other countries, with the average age being around 34 for women and 37 for men. This reflects a tendency to focus on personal development and career before settling down. With around 3 million Tinder users in Germany, more than 70% of whom are men, the dating scene is unique. Women, especially foreigners, are often highly sought after but may find themselves caught in ambiguous, no-label relationships. It's also common for couples to live together in shared apartments called Wohngemeinschaft, sharing bills and chores while still calling themselves single, avoiding emotional obligations unless mutually agreed upon. Have you ever dated someone from Germany? What was your experience like? 8. Don't give red roses to women. Did you know that giving red roses in Germany could get you into an awkward situation? While red roses are universally seen as symbols of love, in Germany they carry a very specific and strong message. Offering a bouquet of red roses to a woman you're not close to can be misunderstood as a romantic advance, often making her feel uncomfortable or uneasy. According to a 2021 YouGov survey, 62% of German women feel awkward receiving red roses from acquaintances, and 18% interpret it as a subtle flirtation. This means that what might be a simple gesture in one culture can cause confusion or discomfort in another. If you want to give flowers in Germany without sending the wrong signal, opt for tulips, which symbolize admiration, sunflowers, representing positivity, or white roses, conveying elegance and sincerity. These choices are more suitable for casual friendships or professional relationships. This careful floral etiquette highlights how much Germans value clear, direct communication and prefer to avoid misunderstandings. 7. Silence is valued. Did you know that in Germany, talking loudly or laughing in public can make people silently judge you and even lead to complaints? Germans place immense value on personal space and quietness in public. Behaviors like shouting in elevators, calling out to friends on the street, or laughing loudly are widely considered rude and intrusive. For instance, it's common to ride Berlin's subway packed with dozens of passengers and hear almost complete silence, not because they don't know each other, but out of respect. A 2023 survey found that over 70% of Germans view public silence as a hallmark of civilization. More than 60% say they get annoyed if strangers disturb their peace, even when the offenders are foreigners. German privacy laws are also strict, Taking photos of people without their consent is illegal and can result in fines. While this culture of quietness may feel cold or distant to visitors, it reflects a deep social respect and a desire for order and personal boundaries. In Germany, silence isn't just the absence of noise, it's a powerful statement of respect for others. 6. Never late. Germans take time very seriously. Being punctual isn't just polite, it's expected. In fact, it's common for Germans to arrive 30 minutes to an hour early for meetings or appointments. Being on time means showing respect, but arriving early signals professionalism and preparedness. Arriving late is considered disrespectful and unprofessional, whether it's a casual meetup or a business meeting. Germans hate wasting time and often see tardiness as a sign of irresponsibility or lack of respect. If you're late, don't be surprised if people show visible irritation or even confrontation. For them, time is money, and respect and punctuality reflects both. There's a famous story about a German man who got extremely angry at his girlfriend just because she was 4 minutes late to their dinner.
Is that I told you to come at 2 p.m. and you came at 2:04, 4 minutes late.
He saw those 4 minutes as a breach of trust and a lack of consideration, which sparked a heated argument. This example shows how seriously Germans take punctuality, even in personal relationships. So if you're invited to anything in Germany, be there early or at least on time. Being late can damage your reputation and relationships far more than you might expect. 5. Working illegally is a serious offense. Germany's social welfare system is strict, and working without a legal permit can result in heavy fines for both workers and employers. For example, a Ugandan woman on a family reunion visa worked as a dishwasher without authorization and was fined around $90, while her employer was fined almost $900. While first offenses might seem minor, repeat violations carry severe consequences, with fines reaching up to $50,000, plus back taxes and legal fees. It's estimated that 10–15% of immigrant workers have worked under the table at some point, often out of financial necessity or limited job opportunities. Many of these undocumented workers find jobs in sectors like construction, cleaning, agriculture, hospitality, and food service, areas where demand for labor is high but regulations are strict. To avoid detection, they often work through informal networks, take short shifts, and use cash payments without official contracts. Some avoid government inspections by changing work locations frequently or working late hours. Others rely on intermediaries who connect them with employers willing to skirt the law. This hidden labor force highlights the tension between Germany's strong legal framework and the economic realities faced by immigrants striving to survive and support their families. 4. Lost and found trees. If you find a lost glove, scarf, or hat in Germany, don't be surprised if it's hanging on a nearby tree or bench. This unique tradition is called Fundbaum, or lost property tree, and it serves as an informal lost and found spot for the community. Germans take great pride in this practice, seeing it as a simple yet powerful way to demonstrate honesty and care for others. Instead of pocketing lost items or turning them into authorities, people hang them visibly, where the owners can easily spot and retrieve them. Surveys reveal that over 78% of Germans are willing to return lost belongings, reflecting a deep cultural respect for personal property. The Fundbaum tradition highlights the strong sense of trust and community spirit that pervades everyday life in Germany. This small act of kindness reveals how important integrity and mutual respect are to German society. Next up is a taboo that most people don't talk about, but it's bigger and more complicated than you think. 3. Public broadcasting. In Germany, every household is required to pay a monthly public broadcasting fee, roughly $20, regardless of whether they own a TV or listen to the radio. This law, known as Rundfunkbeitrag, was introduced in 2013 and is based on residence rather than device ownership. The fee funds public broadcasters like ARD, ZDF, and Deutschlandfunk, ensuring neutral and high-quality programming available to all. Attempts to avoid or delay payments can lead to fines and back payments totaling hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, an international student failed to register for the fee for over 3 years and was ordered to pay nearly 800 euros including fines and late fees, despite only using a laptop for online classes. This shows how seriously German authorities enforce this law. There are exemptions for students and low-income individuals, but they must apply. The process is not automatic. Even if you only watch content via phone, tablet, or laptop, you are still liable since these devices can access broadcast content. This system reflects Germany's belief in supporting a free and unbiased media landscape for the collective good. 2. Washing your car at home is illegal. Unlike many countries, washing your car at home in Germany is generally forbidden due to strict environmental protection laws. Soap and chemical runoff can contaminate the water system, so local regulations prohibit using residential driveways or streets for car washing. The law is enforced rigorously, especially in states like Bavaria, where fines for illegal car washing can reach as high as $50,000. To comply, most residents use licensed car wash facilities equipped with advanced water recycling technologies that save and purify up to 80% of water used. Germany boasts over 15,000 licensed car wash centers nationwide, offering a variety of services, ranging from simple exterior washes to full-service cleaning. Prices vary depending on service type, but typically range from 5 to 20 euros, approximately $5.50 to $22 per wash. Premium packages, including waxing or interior cleaning, may cost more. Neighborhoods often actively monitor compliance with the ban on home washing, and offenders can be reported by neighbors or caught via surveillance. Flyers reminding residents that washing cars at home is illegal are common in many communities. 1. A symbol of good fortune. Did you know that pigs are considered the ultimate symbol of luck in Germany? So much so that millions of pig-shaped gifts are sold every New Year? The Glücksschwein, or lucky pig, holds a special place in German culture, especially during the New Year celebrations. Historically, owning a fat pig was a sign of wealth and good fortune in farming communities, symbolizing abundance and prosperity for the coming year. Today, this tradition lives on with millions of pig-themed gifts sold annually across Germany. These lucky pigs come in various forms: chocolate treats, marzipan figures, or delicate porcelain ornaments, given to friends and family as tokens of good luck. In southern Germany, where the tradition is strongest, some rural towns even organize lucky pig festivals. These events feature pigs dressed in colorful ribbons, playful racing competitions, and photo sessions, bringing communities together in celebration. Beyond just a symbol, the Glücksschwein represents hope, happiness, and the wish for a prosperous future. This charming custom bridges generations, reminding people to cherish both tradition and optimism as the new year begins. Exploring these 15 mind-blowing taboos reveals a deeper understanding of German culture beyond the cliches of beer, sausages, and Autobahn speed limits. Each unspoken rule, whether it concerns historical sensitivity, personal hygiene, social etiquette, or environmental responsibility, reflects Germany's rich history and the values its people hold dear. While some customs may seem strict or surprising to outsiders, they are rooted in respect for the individual, the community, and the environment. Thank you for joining this journey through Germany's lesser-known social codes. May your travels be informed, respectful, and filled with discovery.